Zavandor is a fantasy setting which revolves around a capitalist economy based on trading in gems, sapphires, rubies, mystical gems, etc. There are 3 games based in this fantasy world. The most recent at the time of recording is the Gnomes of Zavandor, which is a drafting game all about gnomes wheeling and dealing, so I hear. I've never played it. The first was the Scepter of Zavandor, which was an auction game about magic students seeking knowledge, so I hear. I've never played it. In the middle of these 2 is one I have actually played, and I'm Rob from JestaThaRogue, and I'm going to show you how to play the Mines of Zavandor. This is a game for 2 to 4 players, plays in about 90 minutes, is designed by Alexander Pfister and is published by Z-Man Games. As dwarves lived for far too long, the king's reign was limited to 3 years. You play a dwarf following the king's path, trying to arrive in the coronation chamber with the most victory points to win. For setup, each player takes a player board. They are all double-sided, so make sure everyone uses the side with the dragon on in the first game. This side is the same for every player. Put an upgrade cube on the top upgrade slot. Everyone gets a starting spell scroll which is added to any space on the player board, again with an upgrade cube in the first space. Put the king on the starting space of his game board. Arrange the auction board so rubies are on top and sapphires are at the bottom. Shuffle upgrade decks depending on the player count, which is shown on the back of the cards. Put the cards with dark backs on top of the ones with light backs, then flip each deck over. Put the top card of each deck in the right hand space and the next in the middle space of the board and the deck itself on the left hand space. Shuffle the 4 gem decks into different card types face down. Choose a random start player. They and the next player get 6 cards from the wooden card deck. Everyone else gets 7. The game is played over 4 phases: income, trade, auction and upgrade. For income, in clockwise order, players earn cards and or upgrade tokens depending on their current income levels. At the start of the game, players will get 2 cards from the wooden card deck, but as you upgrade, this number of cards will increase. Players' income limit is 6 cards divided any way they choose from the cards earned, but players must draw all cards before looking at any of them. You can only take from your current level of income and not lower. However, if a deck has no cards in it, you can take from a lower value deck. If the bottom level wooden card deck is empty, the player can draw from an available deck 1 level higher. Any earned upgrade tokens are placed for free, but any not placed are forfeited. Then, again in turn order, players can use spell cards that can be used for additional income which doesn't count towards the income limit. Simply discard the spell and gain the income as shown on the current level of the spell card. Next is the trade phase, which is a bit of a free-for-all as players trade gems with the bank and each other simultaneously. Players can discard 2 gem cards to take any card from the gem discard pile. If a gem isn't available, turn over cards from the relevant deck until one is revealed. Any player-to-player trades can be as equal or as one-sided as you like. Next is the auction, where players simultaneously bid for all 4 auctions at once. Each player chooses a secret number and amount of gem cards and places them face down, then all players reveal simultaneously. Resolve each auction from top to bottom. The player who bid the most gems of that type wins the auction. In a tie, the player earlier in turn order wins the auction. The winner discards their cards to the relevant discard piles. The losers of the auction keep their cards on the table for now. The winner of each auction gets the reward printed on the board depending on the number of gems bid. 1 or 2 gems and the player gets a 1-point token. 3+ gems and the player gets a 1-point token or takes the upgrade card available. 6, 7, 8 or 9+ gems, depending on which auction it is, the player gets either a 5-point token or 4 points and the upgrade card. With 3 players there is no upgrade card on the ruby auction and additionally no card on the diamond auction for a 2-player game. Cards won in auctions are added to the player's board and can replace a card already on the player board, discarding upgrade cubes on it. The winner of the sapphire auction moves the king 1 space in the direction of the arrow on the board. If no one wins the sapphire auction, the current start player moves the king. Upgrade cards not taken are discarded, the middle cards move to the right and new cards are laid out in the middle column. Next, players have an option to upgrade. In turn order, players may upgrade each item 1 level. Players use any gem cards from their hand, meaning not those still on the table from a losing auction bid, to add an upgrade cube to their improvement cards, clan or pack dragon in any order. Any bonuses gained from upgrades can be used immediately. The cost for each upgrade is the current cost of the space the king pawn is on. For example, the cost on this space is 2 emeralds per upgrade. Once finished, players take back the gems from losing bids from the table into their hand. When the king reaches the coronation chamber, this is the final round of the game. After the upgrade phase, players trade in any 3 gem cards for 1 point. Add victory points of fully upgraded items. For example, this pack dragon is worth 3 points and some upgrade cards give endgame points too. The player with the most points wins. Ties are awarded to the player with the most leftover gem cards. That's the Mines of Zavandor, an auction and trading game. Please like this video if you found it useful, share it to let others know about it, subscribe to the channel for more how to play videos as well as other board game related content. You can find me on Twitter at JTRPodcast, you can find my blog and podcast at jtrpodcast.com. I've been Rob, aka JestaThaRogue. Until next time, keep on mining.